Running a business in New Zealand is already hard enough, but when you add in all the tedious admin work, your day gets bogged down with those meaningless tasks. In this video, I'll show you 5 ways I personally use AI in my own business that buys back my hours to be able to push the business forward. And the best part about it is they are super easy to set up. You do not need deep technical experience in AI to get these wins. I'm Blake, an AI engineer that's helped over 15 businesses across New Zealand implement AI to their workflows, so let's jump on in. Like the majority of business owners or managers, you'll be flooded with emails non-stop, and it's actually really difficult to have the motivation to go in, read all of them, context switch, and get appropriate responses. So in Claude, you can actually connect into your Gmail, your Outlook, or other email providers, and it can actually go in and read that information for you. One of the things that I often do is get it to go and read my recent emails and prioritize them by importance, and for the ones that I actually need to respond to, I get it to draft a response. And so the response looks like this. It gives me my top priority ones. This is about a client feedback. It drafts in my tone of voice as well after me teaching it. It then goes and sees my other lower priority ones or any other notifications about billing and stuff as well. Now, this is really easy to do. All you have to do is go onto connectors, manage connectors, go on and you'll see the plus button up here, browse connectors, and then just search your email provider, and then it'll prompt you to sign on in. But the problem with this is I'm constantly having to go in here and asking it to go through my recent emails and prioritize them. It doesn't do this automatically. Well, if we go into the co-work section here, we actually have this thing called scheduled tasks, and we can run these prompts at a fixed interval going through and doing a prompt. So I'm going to put the prompt in here to go through my recent emails. I'm going to call this daily email, summarize my emails. The frequency, I want to manually set it. I'll do daily at 9 a.m. and if I want to choose the models, I can as well. I can save that, and then every morning it will run and I will get that notification, and I can know what I need to actually respond to, what I can ignore, and what are those key points inside of them. The cool thing about Cowork as well is it can actually go into Gmail itself and generate the draft responses. And so for each of them, it's gone through and created that. It's given me the same information. But if I go into Gmail now, all I need to do is tweak the response and actually click the send button. That's great and all, but how does it actually know my tone of voice and what to say, how to respond, all the information about me? Otherwise, it's just going to be generic responses, right? And that's where Claude has its other benefit. It's called skills. As we see here, before it started drafting any emails, it went and read my email drafter skill for my voice and style, and it read my context for business understanding. We need to remember that these generative AI models are just large language models, and so they are just predicting the next text out. So the more business and information context we can provide, the better the output it's going to be, rather than those generic ones. And so what we want to do is create a whole bunch of skills for any repetitive process we're doing in the business, such as proposal writing, email drafting, social media posts, but also have skills for additional context. So let's jump into that. And so what you need to do is come over to this customize section here, then click on skills. You can see a range of different ones I have here. A lot of my development is in Claude Code because it's a lot of software heavy stuff, but these are my base Claude ones, which is a lot around email, meeting prep, workshop questionnaires, all of that kind of thing. Then we can do is press add and go create a skill. We can create with Claude and then pass that through, and it will start asking us a whole bunch of questions of what we want to create. For this demo, I want to create a skill that every time a new inquiry comes through of someone that wants to meet with me, I can get it to go and do some research on that person, their company, what they might be interested in, and provide some meeting prep prior to my first interaction with them. So I've passed that through. Now Claude's going to ask me some information. What information am I getting from the form? I get the full contact page. I want a concise briefing in the chat. Yes, check the internal sources if there's any other information, and then it will go away, think, potentially ask you some more questions, or just generate the skill that you can go in and edit. Once it's got enough information from you, it will pop up a skill.md file on the right hand side, and this is a readable document. You can go through and check all the information in here is correct. If there's anything that needs changing, you can just tell it in the chat box back down here. Once you're happy with it, you can go save as skill, and that will save across all of your Claude instances. And so I've connected into my Notion, which manages all my inbound leads, but this could be your HubSpot or whatever it may be. I've then asked it now in a new chat to go into my inbound leads table, find the most recent one, and go and do the meeting prep for me. It goes into my Notion, looks at my skills, I've put in John Cena just as a fake one here, and it's come back on who, the relationship so far, the reason for the chat, things to watch out for. This says that it could be a joke entry as it's John Cena, the different AI opportunities here, and the recommended next steps. And again, you can tweak this to be completely custom to what you need prior to your meetings. And you can even set this up as a scheduled task in CoWork. Every hour or every day, whatever your schedule needs to be, any new leads that come through, it can automatically go through and make this meeting note preparation for you as well. That's great. I've got my email draft sorted. I've got a skill for that. I've got meeting prep coming in for my inbound leads. I can set up automated tasks, but I've got to provide so much context about my business and who I am to get the real value. I don't want to spend my whole time typing into a computer. Great. Well, that's where Whisper Flow comes in. This is an AI transcription tool that allows you to speak directly to your computer and input it as text wherever you may be. It allows you to set up dictionaries. So if I say specific words like Blake at Harkness AI, it remembers those. It's specifically good for multi pronunciations as well. As well for snippets, if I want to say add my LinkedIn URL in here, it will do it for you. And so this is really good when you just want to brain dump information out without having to type it all. So if I go back into Claude now, after I have Whisper Flow installed, I see a little thing popped up down here. All I need to do is hit Control and Windows, and whatever I say will be transcribed into here and copied in. For example, I want to create a client proposal for John Cena for a WWE app. The colors need to be green. We're going to do about a $5,000 budget on this. It's going to be a fully integrated game, but also there's going to be an AI chatbot that helps people out with their wrestling trivia and questionnaires, all of that kind of thing. Generate me a proposal for that. And so I can just ramble off everything that's in my head, send that through to AI, and AI can go use my skills, generate code, edit files, presentations, whatever it is, all from the power of my voice. I don't no longer have to type anymore. My typing speed is maybe 80 words per minute, but when I'm speaking, it's around 180. So it's over double the efficiency in terms of me actually getting words and information to it. And so as I've got a skill for all of my client proposals, it reads that skill, and then based on all the information, it actually provides my entire proposal just from my word vomit. And this could be out while I'm walking around. I can pull up Claude on my phone, I can dump all the information into it, I can ask it to go look at my emails, my meeting notes, whatever system it may be, and it can actually generate things purely from my voice. The last one I want to talk about is connecting Claude into Xero. Xero is probably the most popular financial kind of accounting software that businesses in New Zealand use for all of their invoicing, billing, contacts, all of the above. And you can actually connect Claude to it. So if you want to know how, you can just look at this video that's popped up here. But this is what I can actually do with it now. What I can do is upload all my receipts, and it can actually go in there and log them for me, all the correct GST, the accounts, everything all correct. It can also go through and help validate data. I wanted to make sure that all of my subscriptions were in there since I started using Xero in December. I asked it to make sure that Claude's costs were in there. It found all 3 transactions, showed them clearly in here, but also it can even do full-on dashboarding where it can take all of that information, scrape it together and go, here's your total revenue, here's your total expenses, net profit, clients, all of these kind of forecasting. This is fake data, by the way, just for reference as well. And you can just do this with your own text prompt or while you're just speaking to it as well. You can get completely customized dashboards within minutes of the data that you want rather than playing around in Excel or other tools. Overall, AI is a must-have inside of New Zealand businesses as it allows you to slash your admin time, allowing you to focus on the things that actually grow the business and move it forward. I've helped over 15 businesses across New Zealand implement these AI automations. So if you want to stop mucking around with AI and get real results, reach out to me in the link in the description below.